Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Scope. And now, here are your hosts, Jared, Adam, and Shane.
Hey everybody, welcome to The Scope. Thank you very much. It's an historic episode, everyone. It's episode 300.
What?
That can't be
300 episodes of The Scope. I'm very excited about this.
Is it the best of episode?
Yep. Just
A clip show?
just set it up here and there, or just we'll have like little bridge sequences where we just remember when this happened.
Yeah. The best of would be like a 2-minute show. There's not a lot of greatness coming out of it, so
Thank you, Jared.
We're gonna have to do a real show to make up for that. You know, I went back and I looked at the first Scope episode on our website. We recorded it back in April 10th, 2006.
Oh my God.
That's how long we've been
were
doing
babies.
this. My
goodness.
I had a
so
young.
that means we've completed our 2006. We've completed our 14th year. We're now in our 15th year.
This is so insane just to think about that. We have to be one of the longest running podcasts, right? We might be the longest running podcast.
Possibly.
No one can top us.
It's the longest running podcast nobody's heard of. So come on, in year 15, come on, tell your friends about us.
Okay, so I'm looking at we didn't have like clever write-ups, so it's sort of hard without listening to the show. But we did have something called show notes. So I'm going to read you the show notes, and I'm going to see if you guys can remember what these were about. So the first one was MarsCon. So we talked about MarsCon.
Yep,
that's easy enough.
Yep.
I think we must have did some sort of that's an Adam and Jess interview session. MarsCon, Adam.
Yeah.
We did. Well, wait. We did. Not Comic-Con. Geez, we did Convergence. Did Jess and I do interviews at MarsCon too?
You did it because
interview.
MarsCon was first. So if this was April, MarsCon is usually in March. So
yeah, I still remember us doing both of them.
Yep, very nerve-wracking. So the second one is interesting. I don't know if we'll remember this, but it was the Minneapolis shooting, 2006 Minneapolis shooting. Any ideas?
I mean, there's been so many since then.
Yeah.
This was notable at the time, though, huh?
What's new is old again.
Notable. I mean, yeah, some things never change. The next show note was Minister smites dodgeball opponent. Adam, do you?
What?
I don't know what that is.
I mean, here's what I remember. I took the bus over to Jared's, and I remember I didn't really know what we were going for, so I was reading the newspaper.
You were like
to get news. So
it's I think that's what Letterman's writers would do. You know, they would get 15 newspapers. They would rip things out. You were just like them. You were a classic guy back then.
I tried, but look where I am now.
Yeah, that was back when we had 18 hours of show and we had 45 news stories. The next one is Judas, International Man of Mystery. I don't know what that means. And then the last one was San Francisco might have some gay people living there. So I don't know what that means. And then we had something called Scope Sounds, if you guys remember, where we would every episode we would play a song, probably usually nerdy or something like that. Jared, would you care to take a guess as to what our first Scope Sounds song was?
I'm going to say it was probably Code Monkey by Jonathan Colton.
I think that's a great guess, but not.
No,
not
it was very early on for sure.
I think this act was a part of the FUMP, or at least connected to it in some way.
Okay,
it was Hot Waffles. George Lucas raped our childhood. That's a great little bit of Scope trivia if there ever was.
A bit of a problematic title, but
just a bit. Yeesh.
Take that show out. Take that show out of the internet.
The sentiment, but that title does not hold up 15 years later.
Can't do that anymore, is what we're saying.
No, well, you shouldn't have done it then. But
hey, Jared, we're modern people now. Things change.
Well, I didn't name the song.
So what we're saying is boo to Hot Waffles, right? Maybe the worst act ever.
They're friends. I would say that Chris Waffle half of Hot Waffles will definitely not stand by that title today because he's generally a stand-up person. So.
It was used that the George Lucas bit that was a part of nerd vernacular probably up till a couple of years ago, honestly. But things change. Things do change, everybody. So to speak of what I wanted to do for episode 300 of this show, I had big plans pre-pandemic. Like I was going to do a full in-depth clip finding mission. I was going to do a big bracket of our best bits. Like I have big plans. Maybe get some people back on the show that haven't been on the show in a while. And I think that we will do that at some point. Just right now, it's a lot of work, and the world is burning. The world is in meltdown mode, and so I'm not really in the mood to do that. I think that we're using the scope now as a therapy session, an opportunity for all of us to get together and talk and try to feel better about things, maybe do something fun every once in a while. But to do something that deep, I think we need to have a little bit of a turning point in the world before I'm willing to do that. So it is definitely in the works. It's definitely on my mind. It's just not there yet. So stay tuned for that.
Maybe 301. Maybe 301 will put together.
Maybe 301.
Or 400. It's going to be one of the two.
Right. Well, guess what, everybody? I've got a cat here.
Sammy.
Little Sammy came in. Adam, she's 19 years old.
It's an old cat.
She's blind. She's deaf. And you know what she does? After she gets done eating, she goes right down to the couch downstairs, and she jumps up there, and then she starts howling in a very particularly weird and unnerving way.
Yeah, because she can't see or hear.
Exactly. Calling for us to come down and sit down next to her. And since nobody is doing that right now, she blindly walked into the Scope recording studio here in Central Richfield, and she's making her appearance known. So she might be joining us for the rest of the show.
It's confirmed that she's blind. That's sad.
I will snap in front of her. She doesn't do anything. I'll yell in her ear. She only moves if you touch the hairs on her ear. I am convinced she's blind. I am convinced she is deaf, and it happened pretty quickly. And maybe cat versus human years, it was a couple of years, but I seriously, I think it happened probably in months. In months, wow. I say. All right, Adam. So we were talking about the world burning.
Yeah.
Let's do something a little different. Let's get Adam involved. He hasn't had a chance to do a news story, so let's dig into the news. There we go. Adam, I'm giving you one news story to take us through this front part of the show. I'm sure you've got some uplifting and happy, sort of like the guy from The Office and his good news podcast. This is going to fit right in. So I listen.
You mean the one he sold?
Yeah.
He sold and he
sold out on?
And
people are so mad about that.
Nominated for Emmys for that show. Sellout. Anyway, Adam, give us your positive news. Let's go.
I think we got hoodwinked on that, by the way. But anyway.
Positive news.
Yes.
Okay. So I have a story about someone vaguely in entertainment that did not ever do, as far as we know, blackface.
Well, that's. I mean, everybody has. So this is unusual.
Yeah. You guys ever played Cards Against Humanity?
All the time. I mean,
or
it's
Secret Hitler?
family fun. You know, everybody can play it.
I own Secret Hitler, but have not yet found a group to play it with.
Oh, Jared, that's terrible. Well,
it's sort of, I got the game like right as Trump won the election,
and
there was no appetite to play that game at the time, and then all my gaming friends either got old or moved away.
I understand.
I think I'm the got old guy.
Well, the one of the co-founders of Cards Against Humanity, Max Temkin, who's also kind of became like the face of the company, has left the company.
What?
Because
he's doing humanitarian work?
In so many words.
Wow.
He's being accused of all the things. He's being accused of discrimination at work, sexual, I don't know if it was sexual assault or just sexual harassment. Yeah, just like everything bad,
right.
Basically, that we're experiencing at the moment.
I'm gonna throw out a pull quote from the Polygon.com story.
Okay.
There's also just some sort of complete unawareness that he's talking to a black man about the N-word.
Yes.
That's quite a pull quote.
Yeah, that tells you everything you need to know.
He had a podcast. I haven't listened to it for a long time, so I don't know if he still has it, but he definitely comes across as, a proto white nerd who's like, oh, I've watched The Wire, so I have experienced black culture. And
Right.
Guess what? I'm
I can
4
speak-
episodes into that show, so I'm not as good as him.
Are you're doing both Wire and Breaking Bad simultaneously?
No, we'll get to that, but I started.
Okay.
I started The Wire a long time ago, never finished it, but I'm knee deep into this new show called Breaking Bad.
Back to it.
Back to it, Adam.
Yeah. So I mean, the company, Cards Against Humanity, the company, who incidentally bought Clickhole earlier this year, and basically turned it back over to the employees of Clickhole, and it became a wholly basically co-op sort of run company. They kind of had a press release Twitter thread where they kind of spelled everything out, and said like where they failed as a company, what they plan to do, and so on and so forth. So it's a bummer, I guess, because except for seeming like someone that insensitively seemed like he knew the world and everyone else's view and perspective on it as well as or better than any of them. He seemed like a good guy, which just goes to show you can never know. You can never know.
Yeah,
guys. You can never know.
I mean, he did a lot of good stuff, but
yeah,
is it enough to cover up for the bad? No.
Yeah, I mean, for all these things, right? It's like, so Jimmy Kimmel, got not busted, whatever. He's apologizing for a couple blackface routines that he did, especially on the Man Show and stuff. And it's like, that's bad. That's not excusable. But it's like, then also he, has a platform and tries to raise awareness of things now. So it's like, I think a big part of all of this stuff is like a certain segment tries to pretend that when you bring up something bad about someone, that means that they have zero worth, when it's like, I think in reality, it's like, this was bad and you should recognize that. And maybe there has to be, some sort of negative consequence for it. But no one's saying you have never done anything positive before. There's certain people that can fall into that category, I guess. And then others, Mel Gibson, maybe don't get to fall into that category.
No.
Yeah, I guess that's the big question, though. When someone does something insensitive, my cat is going crazy right now. I don't know if she's getting picked up on mic, but she's going bonkers. But when someone does something bad, like you look at a Jimmy Kimmel who did the Man Show, when was the last time he did that show? 15 years ago? Has never really done anything like that since. And the question becomes, are they forgivable? I mean, is there a statute of limitations on that? I mean, or, if you are running your Cards Against Humanity team terribly, up to, a year ago, like where do you draw the line? Do you draw the line? Is there redemption somewhere in there? I think that's a question we're all sort of dealing with right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't have an answer to that, but you guys do. Go ahead.
I mean, it's all on a spectrum, and there's for most people there's going to be a path to fix it, but there's work to be done. There's lots of work to be done. You have to, and it's the scale of the offense will dictate how much work you have to do, but you can't stop. It's never like there's a penalty to be paid and then you can go back to your life the way it is. You're forever changed once you come through and once everyone knows. So you're just going to have to be held to a higher standard.
Well, the thing about Cards Against Humanity is this is a game that has always walked the line, that razor's edge of, being offensively funny and being offensive. And it's something that they, if you read that Polygon article, I mean, they talk specifically about how they picked cards and cards being pulled out of the game. And so, I mean, I don't know if you're in a situation to be making decisions about that sort of thing, if you are more sensitive or maybe not as sensitive. I mean, I don't know these people that are doing this, that are making this game and making those decisions, but to me, it's not completely surprising that you might have people within the organization that don't quite get it. Unfortunately, it just happens to be one of the founders.
That game I'm never going to look at it the same, because it was always this game where it's like you had these terribly, terribly offensive cards, right? Just crazy stuff that you could be exposed to, and you could discuss, you could laugh about it, but it wasn't really you saying it. It was the card saying it, right? So there was always an outlet there. Whether or not that's right or not is a whole nother question. But now, and you always thought that the people who were writing these cards and who put out the game were maybe, coming from a position of just trying to, not necessarily to offend people or to outright attack people, but to have fun with language and with taboos and press up against norms in a fun way, in a way that's safe, and it's a way that maybe starts a bigger conversation about something else. Now you're going to look at this game and wonder what the motivations behind the cards are, because of the behaviors of not only the founder, but who knows? Maybe there's others. We don't know. There could be. I'm not trying to point fingers at anyone because I don't know anything about the situation, but there's definitely a cast over the game now, and you're going to play it and you're going to be wondering, okay, was this card there to be provocative, or was it there because this person is a terrible, bad person and they wanted to stick it to us somehow? I don't. Not very articulate, but that's sort of my feelings. I'll never be able to look at the game in the same way.
Given where we are in society right now, is this game irrelevant? Is it something where people just aren't going to care to play it because of its provocative nature and it's offensive and pseudo-offensive? The whole concept is that. So are people going to have a little bit of a sour taste with a game like this, given where we're at in today's society?
I think there's a good chunk of people who don't care. They will play it just because they enjoy it being offensive and norms breaking.
Yeah, I mean, I think to some extent the game is also satirical to some degree. It's like, it whatever holds up a mirror to society, like the things that we choose to find offense in or laugh at, or laugh at because we find offense in it, are all interesting things.
Adam has it exactly right.
Thank you. I don't know, like my friends and I, we played a lot of this game, but it's been a while, and I don't think that's for any other reason other than we decided we liked actual games, more than an arbitrary sort of party game most of the time. There's other types of party games out there, I guess.
Or it might be because
Help! Please! They've locked me in a box.
What?
That's why you can't play the game, because you've been locked in a box.
Jared, I like that you're using what we got.
Just roll with me here. Adam has articulated it in a fashion that I was trying to get to, but couldn't find the words. And that is the whole satire, holding a mirror up to society. I feel like that illusion is broken now because of one person who's behind the scenes. You can never, now you're going to question the motivations of every card that's in the deck.
So let me ask this on a bigger scale. And I think it is the question of satire. Given where we are, is satire something that is doable in society right now? You were talking about Jimmy Kimmel, for instance, and the Man Show. Like he has said on record that the Man Show was a satirical version of how Egghead and meathead guys, not egghead, meathead guys sort of act and behave and exist in this world. Is it other people's fault that we didn't get that, or was it not really satire? And then you think about other things out there that are offensive that a lot of comedians would say, I do that in the name of satire. That's the whole point of it. Are we just at a place where satire it just can't exist in the same form, or is there still room for it?
I think there's plenty of room for it. I just think that those who practice the art need to be very good at it, and they need to pick their targets carefully. Definitely look to punch up, not punch down.
Yeah. Yes. I think that's the biggest part of it. Like, I don't think that, well, I don't know, like Hot Shots and Hot Shots Part 2, the greatest examples of satire in my life. Are either of those problematic? Yeah, definitely. But I still watch them every weekend, guys. And I'm not going to stop. No one's going to make me. No one can make me.
I've literally never seen those since the theater. Apparently I'm missing out.
Lethal Weapon, Loaded Weapon. National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon. There you go.
Sure.
There, thank you. Get it right.
Yeah.
If you're going to call it out, get it right.
So I mean, yeah, satire is definitely one of those types of comedy that is, it doesn't always translate as what you mean it to be. And then people can take it differently. Like famously there's, who was on the Colbert, not being recognized as satire somehow by conservatives. Right. So, people see what they want to see. I don't think people are out there looking for excuses to be offended. I think that, people are just legitimately annoyed, for lack of a better term,
Dr. Smith.
About society and the casual and callous way that people have, made fun of groups of people. And yeah, it's like the punching up thing strikes me as really appropriate, because it's like, is it satire when you're making fun of a group below your station or whatever? That feels more like, I don't know. It's hard to read how that is satire, unless you're like, an 8-year-old. Like, yeah, right. And that's not even to say comedy shouldn't be mean. Like some of the funniest things on Twitter is just like that one guy that just responds to every one of Trump's tweets with just "fuck you." Like, there's nothing actually inherently funny about that, but like he's very consistent.
He knows his craft and he sticks to it.
Yes.
Right. One day he's going to break through and really get his goat. My issue with satire is that there's too much retroactive satire. There's too many people who will do a thing and then get called on it and then say, no, it's satire. Don't you get satire?
Yeah.
When they never intended it to be satire to begin with. They were just making terrible jokes.
You should have to call your shot.
Yeah.
You should have to specify ahead of time.
Maybe.
And if you're going to be out there doing satire, be prepared that, and when I say satire, I mean, if you're going to be out there doing that stuff, be prepared for people to have words with you if you are being an asshole and you're being insensitive. I don't think you're going to get away with it as you could before. I think things are changing in that regard.
Yeah.
Wow.
Freedom of speech does not mean freedom from consequences.
Yeah. That is your platform right there, Jared. God bless America.
I didn't coin the phrase.
You did not, but you used it well.
Sure.
Well, guys, let's pivot away from satire and pivot towards what we're going to do on the rest of episode 300, an historic episode. Today, we are bringing back something that I would say is right in the Scope's wheelhouse. We're bringing back something brand new. How about that? We're bringing back.
Wow.
We're bringing back something brand new. It's going to seem
breaking new ground with episode 300.
It's going to feel familiar, but it's going to be all different. I'm going to leave it at that. And let's take a quick break. We'll be back with episode 300 of The Scope, guys, with Jared, Adam, and myself. Take it away, Jake.
Folks, we've entered year 15, as you heard earlier, and that means we need your support more than ever because we're getting to be teenagers. We need gas money, all right? Support the show, patreon.com/thescopeshow. You can pledge as little as $1 an episode. Set a monthly cap. You can cancel anytime. Join the pairs of people who are supporting us directly. You know, the money you give us, we pay for microphones, we pay for Zoom accounts, we pay for Adam's backgrounds, we pay for web hosting. You know, these things, the show isn't free. All right, it's not free. It costs us money. Patreon.com/thescopeshow for more information.
Hey everybody, we're back with the Scope episode 300, and boy do we have a bit for you guys. I worked minutes and minutes on this, so get ready for it. I'm calling it the Scope Mashup Challenge. This is right in Adam's wheelhouse, so Jared could be in trouble on this.
Do you guys know that I like mashups?
And that's why we're doing this. I'll have a funny little anecdote on this as I'm reading through my not at all pre-prepared text. So I've got it, Jared. I'm going to read it right now, and then we're all going to react to it. Thank you. So it's a classic Scope pop culture contest. Today, Jared and Adam are going to take a listen to a fantastic mashup from the Hood Internet, a DJ outfit out of Chicago. Now,
Chi-Town.
When I told you guys that I was going to do something with mashups, Adam immediately said, "Is it from the Hood Internet?" I mean, immediately, like, yeah. Adam, can you give me any background on this crew?
Well, yes. I can tell you that one of the guys is somewhat from St. Paul. I don't know how much,
really?
but yeah.
He's one of us.
His
He's
left
one of
leg.
us.
Steve Sleeve.
Steve Sleeve.
That's what he
Sounds
goes
like a radio
by.
name.
Hey,
ladies and
everybody, I'm
gentlemen,
Steve
Sleeve here.
Yeah.
Make sure you call the hit line. Get your requests in.
They, I mean, they're like every other mashup, person duo. They mash up.
But I was a duo.
Were they a duo?
Yeah.
Duo.
They mash up rock songs typically.
All right.
The music with rap lyrics, and
I wonder who's done that with great success. I don't know.
just one, I think.
Just one.
Well, I don't know. Does Danger Mouse count? He kind of did too. So
Jared, does Danger Mouse count?
I forgot about Danger Mouse. I think Danger Mouse counts.
I think Danger Mouse counts.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm gonna write that
It's hard
down.
to find. It's hard to find the Gray album. Still, like, I don't know how that's possible, but I can't find it anymore.
Sure, I got a copy buried somewhere.
Guess what,
yeah.
Adam?
What?
The mashup I've selected for you guys, I've personally gone through all of the Hood Internet's music, and I've decided I'm going to pick a song that features 50 songs from the year 1987.
I was 7 years old.
I know. Well, I didn't want to do like 1981. I didn't want
Appreciate
to.
it.
I didn't want to doom you. I wanted to give you a fighting chance.
Yeah.
You got to bridge that gap between the two of us.
Right.
I already have Def Leppard written down here, so I'm good to go.
They've mixed together into one tight 3-minute jam. For the record, the Hood Internet's has yearly mashups for every song from the 80s, one from 1979, and I'm assuming that they're going to jump into the 90s. So seriously,
So they're still working.
yes, if they keep doing this, guys, we could have every show that's just nothing but us playing games with the Hood Internet music.
I see this one was posted May 20th, 2020.
So this is a newer one. Yeah,
It's a fresh one. It's a fresh cut.
I think they started doing
Is this a bop? Does this slap?
It slaps. It absolutely slaps. These guys started this about 8 months ago. They also have like the history of hip hop is one of their mashups. So Jared, you'd probably be interested in that.
I gotta watch that one.
So this is how it's going to go. The two of you are going to listen to this song once. Jared's going to run it through, and as you're listening, you're going to write down as many artists as you can identify. Between the two of you, whoever gets the most artists correct wins. We'll kind of go through the song after we've played it once. I'm going to give you a little tip, 2 tips. Number 1, artists will be repeated, so you're not going to get double points if you write down Hall & Oates twice. And
50 times though.
And number 2, the video. If you're looking on your screen, the video does feature some of the artists. I say the songs come so quickly at you that if you feel like you look up at the screen and you see the artist, you can write that down. But you're going to be doing a lot. So if you look up, be very careful in what you do.
Can I type if I type faster than I write?
Whatever you want to do. Type, write, it does not matter. And then after we listen to the song, I will ask each of you who you've heard, and we'll just do a tally and go from there.
Can I ask Siri who's playing?
You may not.
Okay.
That's not gonna take him. All right. I'm going to share my screen, and then I'm going to...
Hopefully this will work. There's all sorts of technical bugaboos that are happening, right?
You seen it all right?
I see it.
Okay.
It's exciting. I see the Hood Internet Presents. Is that what we should be seeing?
Yes.
Okay, so Adam, are you ready?
Sure.
Jared, are you ready?
I'm ready, and I'm gonna mute my mic during it just so I don't interfere with the audio, and hopefully you hear it just fine on your end.
Okay. Commence.
It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine.
Be nice if I could touch your body. I know not everybody has got a body like you, but I gotta think twice before I give my heart away. And I know all the games you play because I play them too, baby. Here we go again. Storm and peppers here and we're in effect. Want you to push it back. Cooling by day, even at night. Working up a sweat. Come on, girl, let's go show the guys that we know how to become number one in a hot body show. Now push it. This one goes out to my love. This one goes out to the one I've left behind.
Lost audio.
All right. Whew.
I'm back.
There is
Hi.
a lot going on in
There
that
is.
song, is there not?
Yes, I'm going to stop sharing now.
Okay.
Phew. Like, I missed some stuff as I was writing.
Okay.
I did not get all 50 for sure.
Okay. So this is what I think I'm going to do.
I got 51, so I won. We can
Adam's
just
got
move
it all.
on.
So
He
I
wins.
think I'm going to go through and I'll just ask Jared to list the artists that he has, and then I'll have Adam do the same, and then we'll get a tally, and then maybe we can go through and kind of listen to the song a little bit. How about
What
that?
if I cheat?
You're not going to cheat, Adam.
Honor system. Come on.
Okay,
All
Jared.
right, so I'm just going to go down my list.
Yep. And I'll check them off. Do it slowly.
All right. REM,
Okay.
Whitesnake,
Yep.
Public Enemy,
Yep.
Def Leppard,
Yep.
Guns N' Roses,
Yep.
NWA,
I'm not seeing that on the list.
Really?
Mm-mm.
That surprises me. Maybe I misidentified someone.
I saw Easy also.
Maybe it was Easy E.
I will give you Eazy-E.
I mean, he was in NW.
Yep.
George Michael, obviously.
Yes.
Milli Vanilli.
Interesting. It's not listed. It's not. No,
It's clearly Milli Vanilli, right?
it was not Milli Vanilli.
Oh,
It was not Milli Vanilli.
okay.
That's
Salt and
okay.
Pepper.
You're not punished for getting it wrong.
Good. Salt and Pepper.
Yep.
Aerosmith.
Yep.
Did I see a Paula Abdul?
No, but it's somebody looks like Paula Abdul.
In Excess for sure.
Yep.
I saw but didn't hear Tiffany.
If you say Tiffany, I'm writing it down. Tiffany is a check mark. Yes.
Okay. Whitney Houston.
Yep.
Rick Astley.
Yep.
U2.
Yep.
Belinda Carlisle.
Yep.
And Lita Ford.
No.
Who's that at the end then?
I'm not going to say. I'll tell you
All
after.
right.
I'll tell you after the break.
Okay.
Adam.
Yeah.
So let me count out what Jared has here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's pretty good. For one listen through, 15 is pretty good. Let's see.
Seems low.
Let's
How
see.
many? I couldn't write down fast enough.
15.
Okay.
Anyway,
15. Adam?
I wait.
We go to Adam. Jared, if you want to put in bell sounds, you could do that.
I can do that.
All right. Adam, we'll start with you again. Go ahead.
REM,
Yes.
Guns N' Roses, Def Leppard,
Yep.
Run DMC.
No.
What are you thinking? 87 Run DMC? Get out of town.
Weird. U2,
Yep.
George Michael, NWA / Easy.
Easy.
So I had Milli Vanilli also. So
Yep. I'll tell you who that is.
Yep. Salt and Pepper. Aerosmith. In Excess. Whitney Houston. Rick Astley. I also have Tiffany on here. Public Enemy.
Hold on, you're going a little fast.
Sorry.
Okay.
So far, we're pretty
Keep
close.
going.
Yes. Whitesnake.
Yep. Don't forget Whitesnake.
Yeah. And that's all I've got. I mean, that's all I had. So I think if I'm not counting.
All right.
Vanilli,
So Milli Vanilli didn't hit until like 89. So they're not in here.
and no, never mind.
I try to set a mood. I get the Tiffany roll going.
All
I'm
right.
waiting
Okay.
for the announcement.
All right. So let's start with Jared's number. Jared has 15. We learned that before. Adam, is the Tiffany going right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't hear it. Adam is at 14.
Whoa.
So Jared wins by 1.
It's a shame that I think we just had the same ones, except Jared had one more than me.
Right.
I got Belinda
Yeah,
Carlisle.
that's kinda
I think
boring.
That was the difference maker.
Like, I'm pretty sure there was Midnight Oil, and I'm just thinking of their name now.
Yep. Midnight Oil is definitely in there. So Jared, how about you start it up and we'll just sort of like go through piece by piece and we
you
can
want
just
to watch it?
Yeah, just play it either way. How about you set it up and we'll watch it.
All right.
And
Where do you want to play?
And just start playing it and then we'll just stop it. So you can pause that. That's Whitesnake and REM. And there are going to be some in here that I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll just keep going.
It's the end of the world as we know it. It's
That drum beat, I don't know.
end of the world.
Eric B. and Rakim.
Yep, that's exactly it, Jared.
Yep. I heard it and I saw the picture. I missed it. I would have gotten it if I had been watching, but I must have been writing.
As we know it, and I feel fine.
Faithful.
Right there. Who's that guy?
Boy, I don't know.
G Boogie Down Productions is in there. EPMD?
Could be. Are they on the list?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Def Leppard. Guns.
So that's Easy E.
Okay, there was a little thing in there that I don't know who that was. Prince will be coming in a second. That's Prince in the background. Woo-hoo-hoo, I don't know who that is. So I think that guy dancing there was Terrence Trent D'Arby. But he's not listed on here. So, but I believe that's who that is.
What was he? He was in something before.
Yeah, he had to be in a different
Derby.
So some of the other bands I don't recognize. There's Was Not Was.
Okay.
I'm looking at some of these other ones. EPMD.
Yeah.
Those are and then Boogie Down Productions, and then Audio 2. He had to be in one of those bands.
In '87, that's when his debut album came out. It's weird.
Well, he's not listed, so but was he in a band before that, Adam?
That they don't list anything.
Okay,
on his,
well then he just must not have been listed. But
yeah.
Okay, keep it going.
LL Cool J. How did I miss that?
Yeah. There's Midnight Oil. Dude looks like a lady.
Who's that? Is that Taylor Dane?
Taylor Dane, correct.
How did I remember that?
Never heard of her.
Tell it to my heart, Shane.
Tell it to my heart. I think that Depeche Mode just happened. That's Michael Jackson in there. I think that's Jody Watley. Jody Watley.
Oh,
I think that was Pebbles right there. Might have been Lisa and Cult Jam right there.
It just gets really dense here.
Yeah.
There's like so many little snippets coming at you. Wow.
Losing a little audio. That's Was Not Was.
Walk the Dinosaur. There's Tiffany right there.
There's Tiffany.
I hear a little, is it Mike and the Mechanics in the background too?
No Mike and the Mechanics. Well, that is The Promise by Win in Rome, also featured at the end of Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah. I had a single of that.
Okay, there's Whitney.
Somewhere.
Back to U2. I don't know who that. I don't know who that blonde lady is. But they had. Whoa. Guns N' Roses. Yeah, I don't know who that is. And I don't know the video. So. There's Belinda. NXS.
I would have thought she was a little earlier than 87, but I guess not.
No.
NXS was on here 3 times. That was a good album.
Yeah, well.
This is Mars. Pump Up the Volume. That's Public Enemy. I think that's from Michael Jackson right there. And after we finish it, I'll tell you some of the other artists.
Is that Lionel Richie that's skating?
No.
Okay, just a guy that happens to look like Lionel Richie. Was this just an elaborate way to rickroll us?
Yeah, that's all it was. All right, so I'll read you some of the other artists that you missed.
Who is this at the end?
Heart.
Heart.
So in alphabetical order, we missed Audio 2, Boogie Down Productions. The Cure was listed. Depeche Mode. EPMD. Eric B., you had mentioned, Jared, that you missed.
Yep.
Eurythmics were in here, but I don't know what it was. I
just saw I saw them, but I didn't hear them necessarily.
The aforementioned Heart, Jody Watley, Looking for a True Love, Lisa Cult Jam, LL Cool J, Love and Rockets. I don't know if this was the year of So Alive, but Love and Rockets is in there. Madonna has a sample in there. Mars, Michael Jackson, Midnight Oil, New Order, Pebbles, and Prince from the Sign of the Times. Sonic Youth is in there, Adam. You should have got that.
Really?
Starship, T'Pau, Heart and Soul, one of my favorites. I don't know if that's the song they featured.
What Starship song do you think was in there?
It's a good question.
I mean,
We built the
I
city
guess
as 86 or 87,
okay,
but they have a few. They had like four like top 30 songs from that
Okay.
album. So, and two of them were like in the top 5, I believe. And then Was Not Was, and then When in Rome. So you guys actually did really well. And it's the audio is a little trickier on this. I'm actually, as we did it, I'm sort of like thinking about other ways to even execute this differently when we do this again, because I think we will definitely do this again. I think this is a lot of fun.
Yeah, this was fun. I like this.
So Jared
It
comes
wasn't
out
as-
15-14.
It's good. You picked a good year that, who knows where that could have lied. Adam's younger. I'm a little older.
My
Our tastes are different.
And my only request to the two of you is don't go watch these YouTube videos. All of our fans
them
out
right
there, Adam's watched every single one, but for
89, it starts with Madonna.
Is there any year you wouldn't go older than?
well, that's hard for me to say because I would nail all these, but the problem is Adam was born in 1980. So that's the trick. Like, Adam can swing, have a pretty wide swing for some of those earlier 80s stuff, but let's be honest, he's not as well versed as you are. So I don't know.
And yet he still almost
Yeah.
matched me. Wow.
I'm going to say this.
Tired boy over there.
Adam's taking a little nappy poo. I would definitely not do the 1979 one. So if you guys want to listen to that, you certainly can feel free.
I can abstain from the channel. It's fine.
I
don't
probably would start at 1983 just because I think a lot of the most well-known songs of the 80s start right in there, and I think that Adam could do pretty good on those.
Well, I mean, we could have one that you and I face off against too. Although you would destroy me.
That's
probably.
true. No, I don't know about that. You did very well. Did very, very well. There's a lot to pay attention to.
I think you get into a little bit back into the mid 80s though, and I start to fall apart.
Well, we'll have
I just wasn't listening to a lot of pop music. I was very much into my rap music.
Well, and the one thing that a couple of the videos that have, I haven't listened to them all, but I listened to a couple just to get a sample, is they don't ignore hip hop. So you're going to get hip hop. It's not just going to be the stuff
so it
that
could be
was
a
locked in
balancing
the top
factor
40.
is what you're saying.
Yep, could be.
Okay.
So there we go. 15-14, a close match. Definitely in the spirit of what the scope is. I love it. Adam disgusted by his performance, but
Yeah, I got to go.
I was ready to be destroyed, so I feel happy with that win.
Jared, you often win in the contests that we place here on the scope. It's very weird. You often win. Adam, I'm hoping there's some coming soon. Do you have coming soon for us?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, hey, everybody, let's take a break. We'll be back with the final part of our show in just a minute. It's the scope.
Look out for the laser! It's the scope.
Under the scope.
We are back with Under the Scope. And of course, Adam's time to shine with Coming Soon. Adam?
Yeah.
Take it away. Take it away, 14, correct?
You think we'll do another one of these in 2 weeks?
Yeah, let's just do it for the week.
Cool. I think I mentioned this last time, but we got new albums from Haim
When's that hitting?
tomorrow. No,
Wow.
Friday.
Nice.
Jesse Ware, Ray LaMontagne. Next week, Paul Weller and Willie Nelson.
Oh, Willie.
Yeah.
Willie. You still got a tax bill to pay off, or is he free and clear on that?
Free and clear, baby. Free and clear.
Good for him. Shoot. I accidentally closed my TV one.
Oh, no.
There we go. All right. So TVs, we've got
Man 50.
Athlete A documentary on Netflix about gymnastics. People were talking about it, so there you go.
I saw something on Twitter about that's a must watch.
Search Party season 3. I think this is the show. I think it was on TBS before. Aaliyah Sakwat from Arrested Development.
Oh, sure.
Maybe. It's like a dark comedy about their one of their friends in season 1 anyway. One of their friends died, and they're like 4 of these friends kind of team up to figure out what happened. Dark comedy. Twilight Zone season 2 is this week. And
season 1 just sort of like there was a lot of buzz and then nothing.
Yeah.
Do any of you
was
have
it good?
CBS All Access?
No.
Neither. Any of us.
Nope.
Let's see. Jon Stewart's movie comes out this week.
Hearing good things about it.
Yeah, he was on Pod Save America talking about it.
That liberal rag.
Yeah.
It's a comedy starring Steve Carell. It's a political consultant hired to run the campaign of a Wisconsin mayoral candidate. And I don't know. That's some stuff.
Good stuff.
All right. So there's stuff coming.
I'll Be Gone in the Dark is a 6-part true crime series starting on HBO. It is based on Patton Oswalt's wife who passed away, as she works with, I think, a retired detective to eventually uncover the Golden State Killer.
How does she do that from beyond the grave?
She did it before she died.
Yeah. Come on, Jared, get with it.
Yeah.
Patton Oswalt, great on this season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., by the way.
That's still on, huh?
That show has been excellent this
season.
Might Shane.
It might be the best season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. they've had.
It's great.
I would say that. That's how good it's been, Adam.
It's going out with gangbusters.
Cool.
Sure.
Also, last night I watched one episode of the new Netflix game show called Floor is Lava. Have you heard about this?
From New Girl.
It's kind of like that. So essentially, when we were kids and you would play a game where you couldn't step on the floor because it was lava and you'd burn to death. Well, they actually created a game show around that where a group of 3 people have to get from one side of a room to the other, just using, they have like an obstacle course set up. And if you fall into the lava, which is actually just shiny red water, you're out. And the team that can do it the quickest and with the most people wins. And it's
not actually real lava.
Well, they like to pretend that it's real lava, but it's not real lava. I don't think that they're really killing the people. Not positive, but I'll get back to you.
It's 2020. Let's have some steaks.
Yeah. I forgot to mention Hamilton next week.
Oh, right.
So excited. You don't have any idea how excited I am for that.
Oh, Jared, get a room. I know nothing.
All I want to do right now is listen to the soundtrack again. I haven't listened to it in a while, and all I want to do is listen to it right now. But I'm saving myself for July 3rd.
Adam, are you into this Hamilton thing? I've only listened to one song, maybe. I don't know a ton about it. I know it's
not throwing away my shot, Shane.
I know it's a big deal, and I will definitely watch it because this will be my opportunity to see the theater production. But my imagination was never captured. What do you say?
I always wanted to see it, but was never going to pay exorbitant amounts of money to do so. So I'm excited to see it now.
What would you rather do? Play Cards Against Humanity or watch Hamilton on Disney Plus?
Who am I playing Cards Against Humanity with?
Your most favorite person to play it against.
Well, no, it's a group of people.
Oh, your favorite group. And the 2 Real Housewives behind you on your screen. They will also.
I'd rather play that.
Okay, done, Jared.
You kidding me?
Look, I'm not a musical theater person. I don't care about it for the most part. I find it annoying most of the time. This is definitely not my wheelhouse. However, there's something about Hamilton that just captured me, enthralls me, and I'm so excited to see it. The music is incredible. And I know it's one of those musicals where everything is a song, right? But it's not like a Les Mis type where it's like they're singing the dialogue. It's just the songs tell the story, and it's just song after song after song after song, and they're just great songs, and I'm so damn excited.
Okay, Jared, I'll watch it, and I'm going to go in with an open heart and an open mind.
It's great, and the songs will get stuck in your head, and you'll be a better person.
Okay, I look forward to it. I mean,
Let me have my thing, man.
we need things to look forward to. So this is a good move on Disney for once in their lives, Adam.
Sure.
All right, is that it?
Yeah, I mean, there's not really any video games coming out until Ghost of Tsushima, and that's like 3 or 4 weeks away. There's DLC for Control. People like that game. I didn't play it yet. But.
Okay. We may have to have an episode of The Scope fairly soon that talks about the next gen of video game consoles.
Yeah, because it's the pictures.
It's right there. And I'm hearing that we're going to start seeing prices for some of these systems, and I think that will tell the tale, especially in COVID world, where the sales are going to be and if people are actually going to pony up. So it'll be interesting.
It'll be interesting considering this week several economic advisors have resigned, and some are speculating that means the economy numbers are going to be very bad very soon. So
get ready for it.
We'll see.
Get ready for it.
Patreon.com/The Scope Show. Sign up before it's too late.
We need you. We need you. We need you. All right, Adam. Thank you for your hard work, your dedication to coming soon. Jared, let's wrap this sucker up.
Under the scope.
All right, dude.
Dude. What up, bro? All right, folks, you've reached the end of the show, and this one is clocking in at under an hour.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't quite hit that mark in a while.
We've been
very long.
We've been working on short shows for about 13 years, I think.
Right. It's just our shows in our return arc here, our pandemic quarantine arc, have been extra long. But we thank you for sticking with us. If you have stuck with us, make sure you comment by sending us an email, comments@thescopeshow.com, or send us a voicemail, 612-21-SCOPE. It's called sending a voicemail, right? That's what people do.
It
Just
is.
send a voicemail?
Right.
Or do you just call and record and leave a voicemail? Maybe that's the verb.
Leave a voicemail. Leave it.
612-21-SCOPE. That is 612-217-2673. You can also reach out on social media, Facebook and Twitter. Those links are at our website, thescopeshow.com. And we have a YouTube channel. We're recording these on Zoom, posting them on YouTube. Literally handfuls of people watch them, but we do it for you because honestly, not that hard to do with the Zoom. It's pretty easy.
Thank God for the pandemic.
Yeah. YouTube.com/The Scope Show. It does cost money though, so if you want to support the show, as mentioned before, Patreon.com/The Scope Show. You can just pledge $1 an episode. It helps us out. Lets us know you care. Or if you're shopping at Amazon, you can't support the show that way. You definitely cannot do that. But you can click on a link, an affiliate link, and be forwarded to the Amazon site where a purchase may happen. Who knows what happens after that? One can't say. thescopeshow.com/Amazon for all the details. Shane, back to you.
All right, Jared. Thank you for your hard work. Adam, thanks for showing up. Jared, programming note, when you hit the music, mute your mic before you hit it to see if I can hear that music. Fair enough?
Oh, that's fair.
I just want to see if it works. Because I really want to try to hit the post on this one. So,
right.
Everybody, it's been 300 episodes plus numerous other specials, reviews, one-shots, New Year's Eve parties, trivia contests, and I cannot believe it's been as long as it has been. I can't believe it. I remember thinking maybe we do this for 5 years. Maybe. I mean, even that seemed crazy. And back in those days,
we've had occasional breaks, but it's been a good run.
Generally speaking, it's been an ongoing process of fun. The technology's gotten better, so we can do this stuff. I mean, just think about we could not have done this when the show started. A pandemic hit in 2006, we'd be screwed. Or we'd suck it up. We'd go to Jared's place. We'd all get the COVID, and that's that.
Worth it.
Worth it. Totally worth it. So here's to 300 more episodes, guys.
It's only going to take us 20 minutes to do those.
Adam, not convinced. Not convinced. I say another 100 episodes and we'll get the website updated. That's what I say.
Okay.
Oh, we can start working on that now.
Yes, we can, Jared.
We probably should.
All right. So
I feel like we can knock that out in a weekend if we just set our minds to it.
I think so. And like I said, off camera, I've got some ideas. So let's put your mic on mute and let's wrap this sucker up. All right, didn't work. So there we go. I'm going blind. For Jared and Adam, I'm Shane. Until next time, bye for now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves once again at the end. I hope you've enjoyed our time together. I know I have. Fear not, Scope Faithful. The days shall pass as if they were but a moment, and Jared, Adam, and Shane will return with another thrilling episode. Until then, send your comments to comments@thescopeshow.com or leave a voicemail message by dialing
612-21-SCOPE. That's 612-217-2673.
Thanks for listening, faithful fans. This is Tony Partington saying, Das Vidanya. Tune in next time to another terrific edition of The Scope.